Okay, here for
I don't
for
know
a,
any
wait,
enough
wait.
Taylor Swift stuff to make it funny.
For a second, I'll be the problem. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. When we're talking about Justin Fields, that's a good one. Right?
Yeah.
I'll be the anti-hero for a second.
Yes.
Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is by you. Welcome back to the Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast, Ball State's premier sports podcast, best in the world, best to ever do it. They'd also maybe say Taylor Swift is the best to ever do it. And like that, we're going to start talking about that with my co-host, Andrew Newman. I'm Daniel Keene. That was a good intro, right? Andrew's not happy about this, but I am overjoyed by this. To kick off the episode, we're going to talk about what will be, screw the NFL season, forget the NFL season. What will be the romance of the 2023 NFL season? Because imagine this. We end up at the end of the year and a team wins a ring. But we got a player right now. He's fighting for the biggest ring of all time. He's fighting for Taylor Swift. And that player is Travis Kelce. Let's get into it. Andrew Newman. Taylor Swift makes an appearance at the Chiefs game. Shouts out Travis Kelce. And Travis Kelce balls out. How you do? Yeah, let's I'm really trying to not monologue right now, but
I haven't talked for a minute and 30 seconds of this podcast yet. This is an audio podcast. People that are listening, other than the ones on the live, they wouldn't even have known that I'm here at this moment.
If you're watching our live, which why wouldn't you be watching our live?
Why wouldn't you?
Andrew Newman
at an undisclosed time every week.
We told them 2 o'clock, 2-ish,
1:45-ish.
I get out of class at 1:45, and then I had my snack, and then also snack today.
Shout out snacks.
Celery, roasted red pepper hummus.
And you know what? Shout out Travis Kelce catching sixes on and off the field.
Oh my gosh, you can't say that. That's really mean.
I saw that on NFL memes _IG.
You gotta take that back.
NFL memes _IG.
You gotta take that back.
Nah, I'm not taking that back. I'm not taking nothing back. We're going. We're living life. We're breathing air. We're knowing somehow we're gonna get there and feel so wonderful. It's all for real. I'm telling you just how I feel.
That's not Taylor Swift.
I know. That's Miranda Cosgrove.
It is Miranda.
Yeah.
iCarly. Which also phenomenal show.
Great
by
show.
The way. Phenomenal.
Great show. Big fan of the show.
Let's actually break it down though.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift breaks the internet coming up to a Chiefs game, hanging out
with Mama Kelce.
It's not even she went to a Chiefs game and hopped in the box and had her own box. She went to a Chiefs game and sat with Mama Kelce.
Yeah.
Rarefied air. Even Roger Goodell can't sit with Mama Kelce.
Yeah, he literally has, though.
No, but she didn't like it. You could tell. You could tell she was like, who is this? I was going to say the A word, but I didn't because we're a clean podcast. But
anchovy?
Yeah. Who's this anchovy I'm sitting next to? He probably smells bad and finds players for gambling rather than focusing on bigger issues in the NFL.
Smells bad?
I'm sure Roger Goodell does not smell good.
That's an odd thing to speculate. But you know what? He might smell bad. I don't know.
Either way. Since Taylor Swift's appearance, not only is NFL social media blown up about this, but also Travis Kelce jerseys.
400% increase in sales.
400% increase.
Who is buying these?
Me.
Are you buying a Travis Kelce jersey? There you go.
Actually, if I were to buy an NFL jersey that wasn't my team, it'd probably be a Kelce jersey or a Stafford jersey. But that.
Get a Stafford jersey before you get a Travis Kelce jersey.
I'll show up.
I like Travis. I'm a big fan of the New Heights podcast.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Do you think? Yes, also huge fan of the New Heights podcast.
Great
that
podcast.
Is probably one of the better. That's up there with McAfee show and everything. Which actually is on ESPN.
McAfee.
What did I say?
McAfee again.
No, I said.
You always say McAfee.
Damn it! I have an issue with this.
McAfee.
Before this podcast, I didn't have an issue with this.
I don't know why you do now.
I have no clue. No, it's because you know what it is. I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. One more for good measure. I love you, Mom. But in high school,
loves you, Mrs. Keen.
In high school,
Loves it.
when I did the onside kick recovery, Mom called it Pat McAfee because she found the video on YouTube.
No.
And that ruined it for me. Now I can't say his name right.
Oh.
But whatever. New Heights is a very good podcast.
It's great.
I'll lay this down right now.
'Kay.
Even though Taylor Swift has released an album pretty much all about how she doesn't want to get married, what are the chances that she marries Travis Kelce?
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
100%?
It's happening. And they're already probably married.
Well,
What if they were? What if they were married right now?
That'd break the internet.
It'd be confusing.
This has been an action-packed 5 minutes.
It has.
But
I talked for about half.
I was gonna say
Maybe less.
if you thought they weren't gonna get married, and I thought we were gonna make a bet on it, but I think they're gonna get married, and you think they're gonna get married.
Maybe they'll get married.
Maybe
they won't.
It's a win-win scenario in my opinion. If they get married, it's absolutely amazing. If they don't get married, that album that's gonna drop, it's gonna be great.
Fumbled my heart.
You fumbled my heart.
Yeah.
Couldn't receive my heart. Or couldn't.
Never mind. I'm not gonna.
Couldn't run the route of love.
Yes.
You weren't just blocking defenders. You were blocking my heart.
This is good. What are more? This is so bad.
Say it.
No. I'm not. Just the whole conversation is just bad.
Either way, with his new beau in attendance, or question mark beau. Even if they're not dating. Beau.
Boo.
No, like beau. Beau is a term for a romantic person.
What?
Like your new beau.
I've never heard of this.
I'm like
It's
99
a Michigan
here.
thing.
It's not a Michigan thing. A Michigan thing is saying cauliflower.
It's not an Indiana thing.
Obviously, nothing cool happens in Indiana.
Yeah, whoa.
Name something cool that's happened in Indiana.
Ball State University.
It's all right.
Wow. The Daily News.
Okay, wait. Yeah, some cool stuff happens in Indiana.
Okay, there we go. Kyle Smedley.
Kyle Smedley's pretty cool.
Yeah,
he's
there
a
you
pretty
go.
cool guy.
That happened in Indiana.
No, but cauliflower is a Michigan thing apparently. I said cauliflower
It's cauliflower.
Yeah, I said cauliflower the other day.
Just like it's not Louisville.
It's
Louisville.
It's Louisville.
It's Louisville.
Louisville.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everybody knows it's Louisville.
Everybody
knows.
Not everybody knows it's Louisville. The
Except
people
for the
who live in
surround.
Louisville,
yes,
with Louisville accents can say Louisville because they're from there.
Yeah.
That's like going to
Boston.
That's like going
Boston.
That's like going to Boston and calling it Boston. Like I want a Boston cream pie or parking my car in Boston. Like that doesn't happen. That was good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
And the harbor.
Have you seen that Super Bowl ad where it's the self park car and it's Chris Evans, John Krasinski, and then Big Papi shows up.
Yep.
That's a phenomenal ad.
If you've seen the Tom Brady ad where they ask him to say clam chowder and he says he's from California. You've seen that one before?
Yes, I have seen that. That's a good one.
Aren't you from Boston?
But either way, with his new beau, which is I'm 99% sure is an accurate term here.
Beau.
It's like B-O-E-B-E-A-O.
Oh, like Burrocks.
Boom. Oh wait, never mind. Dang it.
What do you?
I
don't. A person's boyfriend or male admirer.
Okay, so
that's true.
I inadvertently.
Wrong thing
there.
Yeah.
Okay, with Taylor watching her new beau, or
yes.
with Taylor in attendance, her new beau showed out 7 receptions for 69 yards and 24 long. He had that long catch and 1 touchdown. It was great.
Oh, it's Bell.
What?
Bo and Bell.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, still underqualified. We'll get there. But as they routed the Chicago Bears, the Bears are bad at the football.
The Bears.
Oh,
we're going into some NFL talk now. We're actually talking.
I mean, we were talking the NFL. Taylor Swift is global, man.
Someone tried to tell me that Taylor Swift is bigger than the Beatles. I think that's one of the most outlandish things I've ever heard in my life.
I will say that's a little outlandish.
That's wild.
I think she's bigger than the Black Eyed Peas. Like I'd say that.
I don't know if that's much of an accomplishment. To be completely honest with you, I mean, I'd
say
something.
She's bigger than Pitbull.
She's bigger than Mr. She's bigger than Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Whoa. He's worldwide. That's nuts. Wow. What a statement. Okay, continue.
Honestly, Taylor Swift is bigger than the entire Chicago Bears football franchise because they are really bad at football right now.
The Bears are bad at the football. Very good.
Speaking of, let me just be a little mean here.
A little mean, a little
cruel.
Summer,
but it's fall.
I was gonna say bad blood.
Okay. Wait, no. Okay, here
I don't know any enough Taylor Swift stuff to make it funny.
For a second, I'll be the problem. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. When we're talking about Justin Fields, that's a good one. Right?
Yeah,
I'll be the anti-hero for a second.
Yes.
I'm just going to tell everybody I know to listen to the first 10 minutes of this show because this show went crazy for 10. No way I'm going to my academic advising appointment.
Why?
Oh, wait. Shout out, Mom. I love you times 3 again. I
love you 3,000.
I was basically just going to go schedule next semester's classes, and I'm going to do it on Thursday. So we're good.
Yeah.
We're cool.
Shout out academics. It comes first, unless it doesn't.
Boom. You know who doesn't come first? Justin Fields in any statistical category in the NFL.
All right.
So far this season, he has a 58% completion, which isn't horrible, but he has thrown 3 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, averaging a 67.7 passer rating. He's really bad. He's really bad.
I said on the Shout Out Fantasy Express radio show on WCRD 91.3 that I thought that the Bears were going to be the most improved and that Justin Fields was going to have a great year at the beginning of the year. That was very, 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 very wrong. Very wrong. He's bad. The Bears are bad. Eberflus not cutting it. What are we doing? Where's DJ Moore?
Why are you acting like this is your team?
Why is Chase Claypool running around?
You know what we should do? We should random generator an NFL team to be like hardcore fans of for the rest of the year, for the rest of the season.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, so while he's loading that up, I'm just going to run through some games that we probably won't talk about because, honestly, there's too much time.
Boo. I got the Colts.
You got the Colts? No, you didn't.
I got the Ravens.
Okay.
So I was 2 away from the Colts.
Andrew gets the Ravens.
I'm not doing the Ravens.
Okay, why not? The Ravens aren't bad.
Well, you get drag the wheel. Ooh,
somebody just commented on my Arsenal jersey. Big love on the live.
You get the Bengals.
I get the Bengals.
Bengals.
Okay, we're going to talk about the Bengals in a minute, but some games we won't talk about.
Like
Packers beat the Saints. Chargers beat the Vikings. 49ers beat the Giants. Texans beat the Jags. The Texans beat the Jags bad.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, by the way, Colts top the AFC South. Colts top the AFC South.
They are atop the AFC South.
Top the AFC South.
That's something I was not planning on saying this year.
But it's true. We're alone atop the AFC South. It hasn't happened since week 8 of 2019.
That was almost 4 years ago.
Yep.
That was just about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's not good.
No, I think C.J. Stroud's really coming into his own as a quarterback. Bryce Young, definitely a bust.
Let's just go through the games. Let's just go through them. Let's go through some of them.
Let's
start at the top and then work our way down.
We skipped the first couple. I will say Lions, Falcons.
Where are you looking? Are you working on Google?
I just literally looked up the results.
Let me see. We're at the same place. Okay, good.
I just pulled up the results because we skipped Giants.
You started with the Bears. It's just kind of out of nowhere.
Well, I started with the Bears because the Chiefs were playing the Bears. I was transitioning, man.
He got a touchdown in front of Taylor Swift. By the way, shout out touchdowns.
Did you not hear me say that part?
I was no. Maybe I did.
Oh my Lord!
Listening to a podcast. Podcasts are boring. Why would you want to listen to them?
You say that on a podcast.
This is what this is?
Oh, my Lord. Okay, we're taking applications for a new
Where am I
co-host
at?
of the Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast. Be a co-host of a premier sports podcast. That'd be great. I'm taking applications.
Premier League?
At daniel.keen@bsu.edu. So just shoot me an email. I didn't watch the entire Lions game. I watched just about... most of the third quarter.
We're skipping the Niners, Giants?
I literally ran through that score already.
Oh.
I also
you ran through it quick.
Yeah, because no offense.
As a general audience member.
Do you want to talk about the Giants?
The Niners?
Do you want to talk about the Niners, playing well? They have a Super Bowl stacked team. We already talked
great.
about
The Niners are great. The Giants are bad.
Boom. That's all we need to say. I said that with the Giants, or the Niners beat the Giants.
That's true.
Falcons lost to the Lions. Pretty good game. Aiden Hutchinson, unicorn all over the place. First player to record 10.5 sacks and 3 interceptions in their first 20 NFL games or whatever it was.
20 NFL name.
I think it was good. It was a good performance. I was running in the morning, I was running. I say in the morning. I started running at 11:45, and I wasn't done until halfway through the third quarter. So I got most of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. But this week's gonna be really fun. Lions Packers Thursday Night Football. It's gonna go crazy.
It's another primetime game for the Lions. Good for them.
We like that primetime.
Good for them.
We really like that primetime. Yeah, good for us.
You know who doesn't like primetime? Coach Prime.
That was ugly. Let's do a 5-minute soiree into college football at the end of the show.
Yeah.
At the end of the show.
We'll go back. Yeah. That was
funny. That was really funny. Okay. Chargers beat the Vikings. Great. An NFC team loses.
That kind of screws the Vikings over pretty hard, though. I mean, the Vikings had 2 hard-fought games against 2 teams that I consider to be pretty all right. The Eagles obviously are pretty good, and I think the Chargers will get this stuff figured out, and they'll end up being a playoff team as well. But the Vikings kind of just been gypped. They lost their first game that they shouldn't have, and now they're in a really deep hole with 0-3 at the beginning of the year.
Let me throw you
bad.
this. Let me throw you this.
Yeah. Let me throw it to me.
Zach Wilson.
Okay.
And a second rounder to the Vikings in exchange for Kirk Cousins.
Why would the Vikings ever take that?
Because Kirk Cousins doesn't want to waste a season. He's peak right now. He's peaking. He's going to lead the league in passing yards, and his team's going to suck. That's what happened last year.
But why, as a Vikings fan, would you accept Zach Wilson for Kirk Cousins? I wouldn't.
He's got potential.
No, it very clearly does not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying what I'm saying is the Jets need to be moving heaven and earth to try to get Kirk Cousins. Or a competent quarterback.
Bring back
Tom Brady?
No.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that so much.
Get Jacoby up in there. Where's Jacoby Brissett at? Where's Jacoby at? Put Jacoby on that team.
I'm confident that Jacoby Brissett could Jacoby a brisket better than he could Jacoby a football.
He's good.
Not
Jacoby's not bad.
He's a knockoff Geno Smith.
No, he is what Geno Smith wants himself to be. He wishes he was Jacoby.
He wishes he was either on a third string or out of the league. I don't know what team he's on right now.
You
think Geno Smith? You think Geno Smith, starting quarterback?
Jacoby.
Geno Smith, starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, wakes up every morning and goes,
I wish I was Jacoby Brissett.
I have to be a starting NFL quarterback for another season, and I don't get to be Jacoby Brissett, who is not on a team right now.
Yes, he is.
What team is he on?
Oh, he's on the Commanders.
Oh, is he the backup?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so a starting NFL quarterback wakes up and says, I would rather be a second-string quarterback on a bad football team.
Yes.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
Newman, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're too dangerous,
I would rather
Maverick.
be Jacoby.
You're too dangerous.
I would rather be Jacoby. Dangerous? What are you?
Top Gun. I called you Maverick, bro.
I didn't even notice.
Okay.
Good movie.
Great movie.
Shout out.
The Top Gun Maverick movie was really good, too.
That was actually better than Top Gun.
Yeah,
Top Gun Maverick was better than Top Gun.
That was good. Did you hear that the One Republic, I think it's I Ain't Worried About It Right Now, the beach scene song, they wrote that in less than 24 hours?
That does not shock me.
It was pretty good.
It's a good song, though.
Great song.
I ain't worried about it.
Right now.
Okay.
Keeping dreams alive. 1995 hero. See, we could have done this with T Swift, too. You know what? You know what song goes crazy?
Bad Blood?
Yes, Bad Blood, but also one that got away, Katy Perry.
What?
So good.
Why was that just in your brain?
Because it's like that era of Taylor Swift, One Republic, Katy Perry, of just pop songs that went wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really... Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Packers beat the Saints. Whatever. Texans.
Yep. No, that game is actually interesting. I want to talk about that briefly. Come on.
Do it. Talk about an NFC North team doing well. Just rub my face in it.
The Saints were literally up 17-0 at one point. Through the first 3 quarters of the game, then the Packers scored 18 points in the fourth quarter and won.
I'm going to say this once, and I will never say it again because you'll never catch me saying something like this again. Jordan Love's a franchise quarterback.
He didn't even have that great of a game.
No, but he's good. He's going to be just fine. He's going to be just fine.
He had. This is actually not a great stat line for him at all.
No, I mean
22 for 44 is kind of bad.
It's not that bad.
22 for 44, 259 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. That's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. Are we looking at the comments on the InstaFace? What are you doing? What we got?
Just some funny comments.
What are the funny comments?
I got a hi Andrew from somebody.
Okay.
I got a what the F did I walk into here? And,
from who's from that?
This is my friend back home, Darren.
All right, that'd be Darren.
And then Ryan Locke.
Oh, Ryland, yeah.
Ryland Locke.
Yeah.
Oh, I read it
wrong.
wrong.
What did he say, Ryland? What's Ryland got?
He said clean. I can't say that word because it's a family-friendly show.
Yeah.
Arsenal jersey. Thank you very much, by the way.
Yes.
I love this Arsenal jersey.
Shout out soccer.
Shout out
a Yankees guide
to the Premier League, a podcast I started with Bryce Dimsevich 2 weeks ago.
Dan doesn't like talking sports with me anymore, so he
I
ventured
love
off on his own.
Okay.
To start
Are we gonna have some
something.
like couples counseling going on right now?
No.
What do you want me
Done.
to say here? There were needs in our podcast relationship that you weren't fulfilling.
Wow.
So I found them elsewhere, and you can't fault me for that.
I'm starting a podcast.
Because I still love you.
I'm starting a podcast with Bryce.
I still love you, and I still
Thanks.
love this podcast.
Thanks.
I just want to love other podcasts too.
We have bad blood.
We have bad
This
blood.
has been a cruel summer.
You might be the one that got away.
You are the anti-hero. So the Texans beat the Jags by 20 points.
That was a good game. C.J. Stroud's good.
I don't. Why did? But what? Here's the question though. Why did the Texans beat the Jags by 20 points?
I don't know.
No one knows.
I don't know.
It's the NFL.
Let's talk about why the Dolphins put up 70 points on the Broncos.
You know,
what the heck?
Individuals in Colorado that sat through the Coach Prime disaster. That was the Coach Prime disaster of the 42-point beatdown from Oregon over Colorado. We're like, dang, this is pretty bad. And then they went and turned on their televisions and watched this the next day.
Pretty ugly. Pretty ugly.
Colorado sports fans haven't seen a beatdown this bad since 24 hours ago.
We'll talk about the college part of it, but that's crazy.
70-20 is absolutely nuts when you get beat by 50 points by your former ball boy. Wow.
That's bad.
Your franchise is
That's
in
a revenge
shambles.
game. That's like a revenge game, revenge song.
Yes.
Like a revenge song on your
Yeah,
ex-boyfriend.
Mike McDaniel's dream was to be a Broncos football player, and he became their ball boy, and he said, I'm going to rise above that, and beat the Broncos by 50. And then even said in his post-game presser, we didn't want to score more points. Imagine saying we didn't want to score more points. They could have scored 1,000 points.
Listen to these.
Or at least 100, probably.
Listen to these stat lines.
This
Tua
insane.
throws for 309 yards and 4 touchdowns, which for a 70-point game isn't even that much. Devon, I think it's Achane.
This dude scored 50 fantasy points.
Real quick, though, is it a chain or a cane?
I don't even.
Either way.
It's, he said he wanted it to be a con.
A con?
Or a chan? Achin.
Achin?
Maybe.
I'm going to go with Achin.
Achin.
Achin sounds right.
Devon Achin.
Runs for 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 157 yards. And those are just the top 3 players. Like, blows my mind. What about this?
Mostert only had 82 yards?
Literally. He was playing second fiddle.
4 tutties, though, is nuts.
He had 3 touchdowns.
4.
Oh, yeah. He had,
receiving
he had
as well.
3 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown.
Raheem Mostert. I tried to trade for him. I tried to trade like Michael Pittman for him before the beginning of this week, and Daniel Ricci, shout out friend of the podcast, Daniel Ricci, said absolutely not, and he made the right choice.
Yes, yeah. I would have held on to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty crazy.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my fantasy team. It's in shambles.
I didn't even start
Absolute shambles.
I didn't even start one of my players this week. I left a slot open at wide receiver.
Shambles.
I don't know where I'm at. Either way, crazy. Honestly, if the Dolphins are playing like this every week, AFC Championship, easy.
Super Bowl. If the Dolphins are playing like this every week, it's a Super Bowl. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. They hung up 70 points. I mean, the Broncos are bad, but not that bad.
The best thing about the Broncos last year was their defense. What happened? Remember that Colts game that sucked?
Summer.
Remember that Colts game that was literally 12-9. It was the final score, and they only kicked field goals the whole game.
Yeah, it was boring.
Yeah, it was terrible. But you know what? The one thing that it had going for it, defense.
They did not have
not anymore. Russell Wilson didn't even play that bad.
Yeah.
He had 300 yards.
All right. Browns dismantled the Titans.
He played better than what's his face? Jordan Love. He played better than Jordan Love.
Yeah.
He literally did.
Maybe Russell Wilson isn't the problem in Denver.
It probably is though.
I mean, maybe a little
He probably is. Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. Crazy.
Probably the problem.
Do you think you should have sold those Russell Wilson cards?
Now that I'm thinking about it, yes. Probably.
Okay. Bills beat the Commanders.
I could have had $200.
Bills beat the pants off the Commanders, and the Browns beat the pants off the Titans. It's whatever. Browns are only good at beating really bad teams, and they look really good doing it. Second they come up against a tough team, game over.
Are the Titans really that bad? Why are the Titans that bad?
I don't know. I like Mike Vrabel a lot. I like him a lot.
Oh, this is an interesting take from Bryce Dimsevich. We've already brought him up. He says that Mike McDaniel is one of the best. Is a top 5 coach in the NFL
right now.
Right now,
if we're going by like form, yeah.
Like just all combining everything that's ever happened, all the stuff. I'm not talking just like first 3 weeks based off that.
Through
I'm
3 weeks of the NFL season, he's a top 5 coach.
Like you were saying, like even comparing it to last year.
Oh,
with all the stuff.
No.
I'm talking.
I'm saying on form alone. Like who's the hottest?
I'm not talking like that. I'm talking just literally. If you had to rank your top 5 coaches in the NFL that you want on your team,
He's top 10, easy.
Yes.
But, like, you got to think, like,
I brought up Vrabel and I was laughed at.
Like,
but
Vrabel probably tail end of the 10. I want Belichick. You want McVay. You want Kyle Shanahan.
Sean McVay that's a good poll.
You want...
But they might suck, though.
Are
the Rams bad?
The Rams did lose to the Bengals.
The Rams bad?
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Let's continue.
Colts beat the Ravens in overtime. Matt Gay, man.
Let me talk about that.
Did
we skip the Bills and the Commanders, or was
I
that another one?
Said they lost bad. Like, there's nothing to talk about. The Browns.
Bills good.
Actually,
bad.
Nick Chubb's out for the season. That's tough. That injury.
But he's not out for the career.
Yeah,
that's what you like.
That injury looked like you're out for the career.
I don't know how we didn't talk about this last week. I noticed and remembered and realized, like, hey, we just didn't even bring up Nick Chubb last time. Yeah, Nick Chubb, obviously one of the better running backs in the NFL. Took a unforeseen,
nasty hit,
unliked, unenjoyed injury. But Nick's doing better, I guess. Surgery went well. And it's not. And a lot of people feared at that moment that Nick Chubb is going to be out for the rest of his career just because of how bad it was. But I don't think that is anywhere accurate now. Just an MCL tear. Is everything okay over there?
Yeah. I just got a spam email that said I owe them like $450.
$450?
Yeah, for like a PC thing. And I was like,
I don't think that sounds right.
I didn't do that. I didn't pay for that.
But let's move on from Browns and then Bills, Commanders, whatever.
Colts, baby.
Let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts.
Let's talk about the Indianapolis Colts, man.
Right now about the team that is probably the most on fire in the NFL.
Oh, chill out,
by far.
Oh, my God.
This team would beat the Dolphins by 70, in my opinion. The Indianapolis Colts would go out there and beat the brakes off the Miami Dolphins. We'd probably beat the Lions by 30.
You would,
in my opinion.
If the Lions and Colts
we would bite more kneecaps than you. We would bite way more kneecaps than you.
Yeah, you
would. We have a rough and tough, hard-nosed football team that gets it done in the dirt, okay?
Yeah, they take the bus to work.
We have fire in our guts. What happened to my throat?
You're crazy.
Sorry.
You're crazy, man. You're actually
We have fire
crazy.
in our guts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. There we go. Now that sounds way better. This sounds like a podcast voice. We have fire in our guts. Indianapolis Colts.
I think we're breaking
So
around.
I don't know. For what? For most dumb
Chaotic.
dumb podcast for the first 30 minutes.
I'm gonna pay people to listen to the first 10 minutes. That first 10 minutes.
Money?
Is yeah.
Like
That was
like-
it was a really good first 10 minutes.
Taylor Swift songs about money.
Taylor Swift songs about money.
Uh,
Okay. Patriots beat the Jets.
No, well, I didn't even get to break down the Colts.
Matt Gay is good at kicking the football, and they paid him a
yes, thank you.
ton of money.
Yes, let me talk about that. Let me enjoy. Okay. Anthony Richardson, obviously out this week. Anthony Richardson has yet to play a full game of football in the NFL. Probably a bit concerning, in my opinion. But anyway, Colts come out of this game. I'm thinking we're going to lose by about 25 per usual. Like I would assume that we would. Ravens just ran down the field the first quarter, first drive of the game, and Lamar looked like he was Lamar, and it was just about as bad as you would expect. But then the Colts did something. We got fire in our gut. We took the bus to work, and we got it done. Gardner Minshew, top 2 quarterback in the NFL, and he's not 2. Michael Pittman showed up to work. Alec Pierce, caught 3 passes. If Alec Pierce is catching any balls in the game, you guys are doing something wrong. This man runs around and does nothing every game. Every game. He had 1 target last week on 100% of offensive snaps.
Yeah.
But this week, bro caught 3 balls.
3.
Again.
He caught 3. Like, look at him go.
If Alec Pierce catches 1, you are doing something wrong on defense. Just a heads up. But no, Matt Gay was the most kind of probably our biggest head-scratching acquisition of the offseason. Like, why did we just pay Matt Gay this much money for being a kicker?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Chris Ballard, why are we doing that? You know what? Worth every penny. Worth every penny.
I don't know if he's every penny.
Bro just nuked 4 50-yard field goals in a game, which has never happened before.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Never before has an NFL kicker, not even Justin Tucker, the GOAT on the other sidelines that the entire broadcast was hyping up as the greatest of all time. By the way, he's number 2. Justin Tucker is 2.
Who's number 1?
The clear, unequivocal GOAT, Adam Vinatieri. Don't even tell me that Adam Vinatieri is not the GOAT.
Okay, I think he's one of the best.
He is.
I think
he has the most points in NFL history.
Yeah,
He's the most
that's just
clutch player in
that's
NFL history.
That's just career longevity.
Well, then that's a huge point for a kicker.
I'm just playing devil's
That's
advocate
just me.
here.
I'm
I think
just
he's
saying.
the greatest of all time.
I'm just saying.
No. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
You think
I
Adam
think he's
is
the greatest of all time.
Well,
but for there's a lot of people who think that he is the greatest clutch kicker of all time.
He's just the greatest kicker, period.
Maybe he's the luckiest.
That's what half of what being a kicker is.
I mean, like, how often do you think? Like, I kicked.
Yeah.
I didn't kick well. I kicked
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
But let's be really real here. You can really focus on striking the ball, but unless you're doing pro kickers probably have a lot more tactician tactical stuff
Yeah.
behind their kicking, but there's no way that you just like every single time know exactly how to kick it to make it go in. There's a good amount of it that you're just kicking it in the wing and a prayer.
All right. The only thing that Justin Tucker has over Adam Vinatieri, I think, or
Longest
a couple
kick.
things. Huh?
Longest kick.
Longest kick of all time.
Yeah,
I think
where he did
that's
that?
huge.
You know where he did that?
Yeah, I do. That was actually at Ford Field, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, against the Lions.
The only thing is, and Adam Vinatieri's career long is only 57, which is
Not that long.
no. I don't know. Adam Vinatieri was around for too long and did it for too well for too many years and had some of the greatest moments in NFL history for him not to be the GOAT, in my opinion. I think that I think it's kind of like a Tom Brady to Aaron Rodgers type comparison. I think Justin Tucker has more maybe skill, but Adam Vinatieri is just so dominant that he is the Tom Brady of kickers.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
He played with Tom Brady.
Huh?
And he played with Tom Brady.
He did.
And his kid went here.
Yes, briefly.
Very briefly.
Very briefly.
Very briefly.
Shout out Adam.
It's not Adam.
Yeah. No.
Oh, no.
I'm talking about not AJ.
It's Adam Vinatieri. Oh, yeah.
His son's name was AJ, but shout out Adam.
Wait,
Vinatieri.
what's Adam Vinatieri's middle name?
Maybe it's Jay.
Yeah, because maybe it's...
Let's look it up.
No, it's Adam Matthew Vinatieri. Never mind.
AM Vinatieri. Shout out.
Am Vinatieri.
Anyway.
He am Adam Vinatieri.
Anyway, Matt Gay nailed 5 field goals. 5 to win that game. We had 1 offensive touchdown from Zach Moss. Shout out Zach Moss. 5 field goals. Matt Gay, special teams player of the year.
Definitely of the week.
Of the month? Probably.
Do they have a special teams player of the year?
I don't know, but there should be.
There should be. Because if we have an offensive and a defensive, give them a special teamer.
And Pat McAfee should have won it every year
You know
he was
who-
in the NFL.
He probably would have lost to Devin Hester a couple years.
I don't think that they ever overlapped.
Yes, they
Like,
did.
Devin Hester dominance.
Devin
Pat McAfee's first year was the
Hester
2010
career.
Super Bowl for the Colts.
The 2010?
Over 09-010 season.
Yeah, Hester played until
010?
2018.
Yeah, but he wasn't good.
Hmm.
He was only good in like 06.
Okay. Well, they overlapped.
Sure. 010
Okay.
is just
Are you
the
done?
dumbest-
Are you
no, no.
done? Are you done with
I'm
your
just
Colts
saying.
thing?
I'm just saying. The Colts should low-key probably be 3-0 right now. We probably should have beat the Jags that first week, in all honesty. And we should be 3-0 right now, with Gardner Minshew playing basically all of our games.
You're delusional.
I'm not. Literally, look at, okay. I'm not even, that is not even a crazy statement to say. Here, okay, go back and look at this. Let's go look at this Jaguars game.
We're not even talking
The
about
Jags
We're
are-
talking about the contract thing next week.
No. What do you, okay, fine. But look at this. The Jags scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. The Colts were up 21 to 17. And then the Jags piled on 2 touchdowns in the fourth. The Colts had that game. Colts could be 3-0 right now. That's just my opinion. That's my take. The Lions should be 3-0 right now. I don't know how they're not. The Seahawks are not that good.
Well, yeah, I'd give you that. That was a really bad game. But the Falcons were a get-right game, and we're going to blow the Packers out on Thursday Night Football. Like, I'm excited. I'm not. See, okay, actually, this is what happens. Preseason, Daniel is drinking all the Kool-Aid. Mid-season, Andrew is snorting the dried Kool-Aid off the table that we're podcasting on.
About the Colts?
About the Colts.
I'm not. No, I'm still.
You're gonna tell me. You're
I'm
gonna
not-
listen.
I don't think the Colts are gonna make the playoffs.
Stop. Nuh-uh. You're not gonna listen to the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Of what you said.
I can have fun now. I know at the end of the
and
year
not
that it's
and
not
not
gonna
think
be
that you're
anything.
absolutely
None
delusional.
of this is going to mean anything
What
at the end of the year.
planet are you on?
I'm the moon.
Obviously.
By the way, we went there. We went to the moon.
Did we?
Yes.
What?
I don't know. Let's go to Mars.
Let's go to the
Mars.
Panthers Seahawks game. Andy Dalton did good, but not good enough. Bryce Young's a bust. Like, I'm landing on that, right? Like, I'm judging. I'm overcorrecting. I'm saying 3 games into the year, I put the kid on my fantasy team, and he's a bust.
You put Bryce Young on your on the backup. Like
Yeah,
the
I
bench?
had him as my
Okay.
backup. I had Lamar Jackson as my starter,
He
who's
didn't even
also
play
having
this
a
week,
tough
though.
year. Yeah,
He-
he didn't play this week.
C.J. Stroud at this moment in time has been the most consistent.
If we're comparing the quarterbacks,
it's Stroud. Which
it's Stroud.
Because Anthony Richardson has just gotten hurt. Is the thing. If Anthony played,
hip brain don't work.
his brain is fine.
Hip brain got a
Now,
little bruised.
You know how much older he is than me. You know how much Anthony Richardson? How many?
He's like 25, right?
Do you know how old Anthony Richardson is? Anthony Richardson is less than a month older than me.
No,
Daniel.
he's not.
Yes.
He's 21.
The starting quarterback in the Indianapolis Colts is a month older than me.
That's crazy. I thought he was an old quarterback.
No. I could be playing for the Indianapolis Colts right now
Well,
if I was good at football at all.
yeah.
If
Okay,
I
so
took a different path in life,
we're
I
gonna-
could be Anthony Richardson.
We're going to take a quick detour. The oldest rookie quarterbacks in the NFL,
Stetson Bennett.
Butch Songin, in 1960.
Oh, this is all time. Okay.
He was 36.
What?
The most recent, let's pick a recent one out. Ryan Griffin in 2018 for the Tampa Bay Bucks. He was 30.
I remember that name.
In 2012, Cleveland had Brandon Weeden, who was 29. 2015, Alex Taney for the Tennessee. He was 28.
For the Tennessee?
For the Tennessee Titans.
For the Tennessee.
The Tennessee folk.
Shout out Tennessee.
What?
Tennessee whiskey.
2023, Jake Browning for the Cincinnati Bengals, 29. Yes, there's some old guys up there. I thought he was old.
What?
I thought he was super old.
The whole thing surrounding him is that he's young. What are you?
We'll talk about that one later. There's a tweet I read. Not sports related. Not knuckleheads worthy of talking.
Understood. We'll talk about it, and you won't get to hear about it, but I'll talk about it.
You know what I miss doing?
What?
I miss doing our post-episode Taco Bell runs.
I do that it doesn't work anymore.
I brought lunch to work today, but let's plan a day where we can go Taco Bell after. Do you work this afternoon?
Huh?
Do you work this afternoon?
What do you mean by that?
Do you have to
Desk? No.
Okay.
We're just having a casual conversation, and people don't care about this at all.
Midway through our podcast.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is the chaos. I love it.
This has probably been one of our.
You could definitely listen to this
more
show.
interesting.
I think this is entertaining.
I don't think it's you don't have to have a firm foundation in what we're talking about to enjoy yourself whilst listening.
Would you? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to
Yeah.
be too involved.
Correct. Yes. You don't have to
that's what I love.
understand.
That's what I love. And I will say,
we're all underqualified.
Some podcasts I've been on and some podcasts I've talked on, they're kind of a niche audience. You
Yeah.
got to know what you're talking about if you're going to listen to the podcast.
We don't have a niche.
It's like New Heights. New Heights, you don't care. You're just listening to two
they're
brothers
They're just talking.
chilling out.
They talking.
Yeah, and now you're listening to two
They're
best
yapping.
friends hanging out.
Everybody's yapping.
Yapping.
Who's all yapping? I'm
They're
yapping.
all running our mouths.
I'm yapping right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Patriots Jets, bad game. Patriots won. Who cares?
Seahawks Panthers, high scoring game. Seahawks won. Who cares?
Yep.
Chiefs Browns, we talked about it. T Swift for the win. Cowboys Cardinals. The Cardinals beat the Cowboys.
This is one of the most surprising games that I've seen in a long time, to be completely honest with you.
What the heck was going on?
With how bad this is what blows my mind here. So the Cowboys walk out week 1 and blow out the Giants 40-0 on national television.
Yep.
The following week, the Giants go in to Arizona and beat them in a last-second kind of fashion.
Yep.
And then this week, the team that just blew out the team by 40, then the other team that just lost to the team that got blown out by 40 beats the team that blew out the other team out by 40. I don't know if you could follow any of that. But, the Cardinals had absolutely no business winning this game at all. None. They should be 0-3 right now, and the Cowboys should be 3-0.
I don't like the Cowboys, though, so I don't really care.
This is crazy.
This is crazy. This is why the NFL is such a good league.
No, it's not.
No,
No, because
well,
the Cowboys every year, and I say this every year.
I hate
all the time.
America's team. If you are
Every
America's team,
year.
you haven't had a win
Every year.
since the turn of the millennium. Millennia. You haven't had a win.
Millennia?
You haven't been successful since the turn. Are you really America's team if you're not winning on a consistent basis? Or is that a metaphor for America? Has America not won since the last time the Cowboys did well? Are we that bad as a country right now? What are you trying to say by calling yourselves America's team and then getting your butt kicked by the Arizona Cardinals?
The Chiefs should be the new America's team.
Honestly, I could ride with that.
Let's do it.
Passionate.
I'm fine with
good
it.
At football.
Yeah.
America's team is the
Taylor
Chiefs.
Swift.
Taylor Swift. America's team.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's.
Yeah.
I'll write a letter to Smelly Roger, apparently.
Smelly Roger Goodell.
I'll let him know that I, as an Indianapolis Colts fan, believe that the Chiefs should probably be America's team.
100%.
Probably.
Going on, Steelers beat the Raiders, Sunday Night Football. It was a good game, but I'm not even going to lie to you. I went to bed at halftime. Actually, no, I didn't. I went to bed at halftime, and then woke up 30 minutes later, did an assignment that was due at midnight, then went to bed.
That is such a lame Sunday Night Football game, though. Like,
Lame.
who cares
Start
about the
flexing them
Raiders
early.
and the Steelers?
Start
I
flexing
don't.
them early.
I don't care.
Like, I think you should give
I don't care.
teams 2 weeks in advance, but start flexing the games early.
Don't care.
Yep. Eagles beat the Bucks. I was rooting for
Not
the
a
Bucks.
shock.
But
Not a shock.
not a shock.
Mike Evans one-handed catch. Sick.
Sick.
Sick. Look it up.
DeAndre Swift.
Look it up. DeAndre Swift hurdled that dude.
130 yards on 16 carries.
Hurdled that dude.
He
Did you see
not,
that?
He did. Yep. He did not look like this in Detroit.
No.
And Monday Night Football, Monday Night Football was Eagles Bucks too, and then the Rams lost to the Bengals, but they didn't lose bad.
So also, lame game.
Stafford threw 2 picks though. That was kind of a toughie to watch. I won't lie to you, but
Bring in Stetson. Bro's washed.
I don't even think he's with the team right now.
Oh yeah, he's like
They put him on reserve.
He's got like a family problem or something.
Or a him problem or something. I heard he was not a nice fella.
That doesn't shock me.
Yeah, I mean he's 25.
Yeah.
Like
Sam Hartman next year. Let's talk.
Maybe.
Let's just talk.
Speaking of Sam Hartman, let's talk
just
college football. So the 2 big games I watched this weekend, I watched parts of this weekend, was Colorado, Oregon, and Notre Dame, Ohio State. I didn't even watch the Michigan game. I'm not even going to lie to you. Rutgers, who cares? Okay. Somebody called me a fair weather Michigan football fan this weekend, and I did not disagree with them. Because hear me out.
Whoa.
I like college football, but I like watching the big games in college football. I don't really like Michigan taking on Rutgers. On
I can kind of get behind that. I will still watch a Notre Dame game.
You,
if it's on.
yeah, you're a diehard Notre Dame fan.
I wouldn't.
Well, no, you're not.
I'm not Elijah Poe. I'm not Elijah Poe. But I'm not like the most hardcore fan you've ever met or anything. But I will watch it if it's on. You know what I mean?
It's not bad.
I mean, and I do try and watch it when I know what time it is and everything. I do like if Ball State football isn't having a game that I got to go out and cover or something like that, or if I'm not like doing something else that I could maybe do instead, I will. It is appointment viewing to an extent.
Yeah.
Like the Colts are an appointment viewing where there is literally no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm watching that Colts game, and everything else can.
That's
be
me
damned.
with Arsenal games.
Well, yeah.
Like I will find any way to watch an Arsenal game.
But for Notre Dame football games, I mean, if there's other stuff that I could do, especially if it's not big. Like, yeah, exactly like you said. If Notre Dame's pulling up and we're playing, I don't know, whoever we played, like, who was it? The first couple weeks that was just so lame.
Colts?
What?
Oh,
no, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't even know. It was that lame.
Either way. Basically,
Who cares?
I'll watch Michigan when they're in the playoffs. I'll watch Michigan when Jim Harbaugh comes back.
Tennessee State, yeah.
Yeah, I will watch Michigan when Jim Harbaugh comes back from his hamburger suspension. Which, by the way, love the team, love the Wolverines.
Hamburger suspension is
Honestly,
wild.
I watch more University of Michigan hockey than I watch University of Michigan basketball and University of Michigan football combined.
Kind of wild.
Dude, Michigan hockey's really good. But let's talk about the Jim Harbaugh suspension just for a second, because I don't think I've mentioned it yet. He bought the kid a hamburger. He bought a recruit a hamburger.
Can't do that.
You can't do that. Whatever.
Don't buy kids hamburgers.
But also,
buy his own hamburger.
when the NCAA was hounding on him, Jim Harbaugh and the University of Michigan football team
the University of Michigan.
Imposed a 4-game ban, a self-imposed 4-game ban. This was not a 4-game ban by the NCAA. This was Michigan saying, we will, quote-unquote, ban our head coach for the first 4 games of the year.
Appease you.
Just to appease the NCAA and not draw this out any longer. Then, on the first play of their season, University of Michigan lines up straight and narrow and holds 4s up for Jim Harbaugh. And then the next week, J.J. McCarthy hops off the bus. J.J. McCarthy's a really good quarterback, but he's a little cringy sometimes. Hops off the bus, headphones on, bopping to his music with a free Jim Harbaugh t-shirt. Free him from what?
From hamburgers.
From buying
from
kids
the Hamburglar.
hamburgers? Like, what's going on here? So I thought that was a little odd. Over to, I know Notre Dame, Ohio State was a great game, but let's talk about Colorado, Oregon for a minute.
Oregon?
Oregon?
Did you just say Oregon?
I mean, Oregon?
Yes.
Oregon? I mean,
Louisville.
Louisville? Like, I don't know. I think you could call it Oregon. Actually,
No,
now that I
can't.
say it, it does not sound that good
No,
anymore.
you cannot.
Colorado, Oregon.
Yes.
God, that was ugly.
Yeah.
That was an ugly football game.
Coach Prime. Whoops.
Not prime, dude.
Whoops. That was
Not prime.
They were not primed. They were not ready.
Really not prime.
Hey, Oregon, they're fighting for clicks. Oregon's fighting for wins.
No, dude. I did you
They're
see?
chirping.
Did you see the video Oregon posted?
Yeah.
They posted this video of like a hype. They do like dramatic recaps of games. Ball State does them even when they lose. It's hilarious.
Dramatic recap of 40-3 pounding from Georgia Southern.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shout out Ball State football. Ooh, God.
MAC season opens up on Saturday. They're playing
Yeah,
Western.
Kalamazoo.
I'm actually driving up. I'm gonna cover
Hey.
it. I'm actually gonna do photos for it again.
Yay.
I really hope they wear blacked out uniforms. That's like
This should probably, it's a funeral at this point.
I
for their
texted a
season,
few
so.
people who I know might know what their uniform is. They dropped their uniform on Friday, and they were like, "We're keeping that a secret." And I was like, "Nobody, like, I'm not gonna.
I don't care.
I don't care. I
don't
want to
care.
know.
Yeah.
Like, it's more of a
So
curiosity.
you
thing.
kind of care.
I care in that I'm gonna go take
public
photos of
doesn't
this,
care,
and I
yeah.
don't want them to wear their stupid black and red, like red top, black bottom combo. It looks ugly as
I don't
heck.
hate those.
I do not like them
Fine,
at all.
all right.
I want them to wear their blacked out uniforms.
Whatever.
But no, Oregon ran the video.
Oregon
ran the video.
Oregon.
Ran the video of like the Colorado players talking smack before the game, and then their coach saying like, Oregon did exactly what you're supposed to do when you play a team like Colorado, or you're playing a team with a lot of momentum in a season, or a lot of flash, or a lot of like eyes on them. They said nothing. They did not talk smack. They did not chirp the players. They did not do anything. They played with their pads. They talked with their pads, and they blew them out.
Chirp, chirp.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good to watch. The Notre Dame-Ohio State game, very good. One of, if not the best, one of the best college football games I've ever watched in my life. I only watched like the fourth quarter.
What?
It was a really good game.
You watched the fourth quarter and then said that was one of the best college football games I've ever watched in my life?
Well, I went back and watched the game.
Oh.
Like, I went back and I watched the whole thing the next day.
It was fine.
But I thought it was a really, really good football game.
It was a great game until like the last one second.
I don't like seeing Ohio State win.
I
also really don't like hearing Ryan Day talk.
How? We got a tough team.
We got a tough team.
Coach Lou Holtz, that's the what? It's Ohio. It's always been Ohio against the world. He's an 80-year-old man. He's an 80-year-old man who used to work for Notre Dame. Of course he's going to say stuff about Notre Dame being good. Chill out.
Yeah.
He's an 80-year-old retired man sitting in a chair who can barely move. He does not need to be the motivating factor for you to give a crazy post-game press conference about Ohio versus the entire world because you won a football game by 2 points. Shut up.
Ohio is stinky and smelly, and that'll do it for this episode.
No.
What else do we have to talk about?
I was just going to talk about the fact that I sat there. Have you seen the stuff where there was only 10 guys on the field the last two plays?
Yep.
And the place where the guy should have been was exactly where they ran the football?
Yep.
I sat in front of my TV for about 2 minutes and just
took it all in
and just reflected on what I just witnessed.
Yeah, it was something.
And it was not something I want to ever watch again. Why did that happen?
I don't know.
Brian Day's press conference or post-game interview was just really dumb.
I just wanted him to shut up.
It's Ohio against the world.
Okay. Ohio stinky smelly, and that'll do it for this episode of the Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Daniel Keane. Joined alongside me, Andrew Newman. Make sure you follow us on social media, which will be linked in the show notes down below, as well as tune into our live around 2 o'clock on Tuesdays.
And anywhere between 1:45-ish to 2.
Yeah, that professor I have usually uses every second of the class period.
My professor gets out like 40 minutes early every time.
I wish.
It's great. Shout out Chris Taylor.
Either way, about 2-ish on Tuesdays. Make sure you tune in. And as always, take the bus to work.
Get some fire in your gut today.
Get some fire in your gut and take the bus to work.
And you know what? I'm bringing back an oldie. We will See you next week.